So, again, like all my other profiles, I'm not going to go too much in detail. It's pretty, I mean, to me it's straightforward, but I'm just going to go over like what I really use. If you look down here, you'll see the modes, menu, gameplay, lock-on, mouse, and settings. But I mostly play on gameplay and lock-on. But going back to menu, it's straightforward. When you push start, just make sure you're in the first mode, and then because this pretty much controls the menu. Other than that, all the buttons are pretty much the same as gameplay and lock-on. I try my best not to change the buttons in each mode, like, you know, because once you memorize right center puff is right trigger, I like to keep it that way. But pretty much these are the same throughout the other two modes. The only thing you mostly have to remember is the increment modes, you know, so you can jump between them without using the side tube. But yeah, gameplay. In gameplay mode, I pretty much use this for exploring. Yes, you can attack with this also, but in the beginning of the game, you're pretty weak, so you gotta level up, right? You won't be one-shotting anything. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you can just one-hit stuff and just walk away. But yeah, mostly the main thing about this mode is the camera. Just like every other game I play, I rely on the camera, whether it be lock-on or just manually controlling it. So if you do need a lock-on, you're going to be using right stick, which is the lock-on. I put the notes here. I mean, you could just read them. But let's get to it. Okay, so here's my playstyle. Like I said before, full camera. And I really like to just walk forward. It's toggled or delayed latch. I use delayed latch. Delayed latch is easier for me. I find it more useful than toggle, just because I could put a timer on it for the separation. I think right now it's on 250. But if I was at a ledge, right? Let's say I'm on a cliff, right? And I don't want to fall off, but there's an item there. I don't really want to risk it with toggle. So like, with delayed latch, since it's on a timer, I get to jitter. If I center puff really fast and let go, the character will like look like he's going to go forward, but it doesn't stick because I let go. And with that, I can just keep puffing really fast. Be like, you know, do small increments of movement. But then once I grab, I can just walk off and continue on. But anyway, so that's my playstyle. Camera, forward. Now, the other buttons. So I have light attack and heavy attack, and that's going to be on right center sip for light attack. Mind you, I forgot to mention this, I'm on mode 2. So mode 2 is pretty much for exploration. Unless I can one-shot the enemy and I'm confident. But other than that, all my exploration is done with the second mode. Anyway, going back, heavy attack, right center puff. Alright. Now, weapons have skills. So, with the second mode, I normally use the weapon skill with left center puff, but on mode 2, since, you know, I'm running out of room, the weapon skill would be on right sip. It does it. You'll notice at the bottom there's an extra button on there. It's a Y on delay on 500. That one's used specifically for the Moon Veil, because the Moon Veil has certain attacks. It has 2 of them, I think. So I tend to combine the Moon Veil skills with right sip, holding it, and right center sip soft. But anyway, this is what I mean. That involves 2 buttons, but I can use it on 1 button with right sip. It's really neat. Anyway, going back to my other buttons. So in exploration, While I'm walking forward, I need to traverse through obstacles. So I like to jump with left center puff. Pretty straightforward. And then dodging is the same as all of them. Center sit. If I hold it, it'll eventually latch on, and the rolling, or dodging I guess, will turn into a sprint. So I can sprint for long periods of time. And once I attack, it cancels it. Goes back to walking. You don't want to waste stamina. But see, when you get strong enough, you can just go up to this guy, follow up, attack, boom. But then just normal stuff. My Estus Flask is locked on to left puff. But if you hold it, it'll switch. It switches spells on top. Left sip is crouching. If you jump, it cancels it. But yes, crouching is left sip. Oh, hello, buddy. If you hold left sip, it changes the items on the bottom. There you go. Left center sip is for guarding. Or you can use that as a taunt. Or, if you have two weapons out, it uses it. That's pretty much it. I mean, the other buttons, hold up. Alright, so here it goes. So this is what I do. When I see an enemy that I know I have to defeat and focus on, I look at him, and I use right puff. I lock onto the enemy. Once I lock on, I switch modes with the lip. Now, instead of the camera, I have full control of the character. I gave it up. No more camera. If I unlock from him, you'll notice that I cannot move the camera. It just moves the character. So I heavily depend on the lock-on system when it comes to bosses. How could I not? If they're too big, if the boss is too big, then I don't use lock-on, aka dragons or giant dragons. Once I lock on, I just go for the kill. Once I kill him, I go back to mode 2. Normally I don't go crazy into it. To calm my horse. 1. I make sure I put him on the D-pad down shortcut wheel. Right over here. Once I did that, I could just right puff hold. A whistle. There. My steed is here. And then to get off, left sit. To switch weapons, or to cycle between them, from what you have equipped it. Triple puff for the right hand, triple sit for the left hand. And that's it. I mean, there's really not much I can do. There's no need. Just enjoy playing. You can watch my gameplay for 5 minutes to see how I do. There's not really bosses I could go fight because I kind of killed them. Wait, there's a grace here? Did I never collect this? Oh my gosh, I played the game for like over 100 hours. And you're telling me I barely found this? Well, there you go. There's always something to find. So what's that shiny stuff on the map? God, I hate flying enemies. Yeah, you're not hard, you're just annoying. Very annoying. Dude, I love the Bloodhound Fang sword. I can always do a follow-up. High frame. That's pretty much it. I don't really want to go too much in detail. I mean, I already have. No need. I'm done. Dunzo. Goodbye. See ya. Why are you still watching? Get out of here. Alright, bye.